Hi, Leo. Welcome. I'm Pam, and this is your Psychic Tarot reading for the month of June 2014. First card that comes up here for you is the Hanged Man. Sometimes I could read that as hanging in limbo. Um, it can be a spiritual card, um, a card of psychic intuition, um, waiting, like at a time like you're on pause. They're saying you need a break, like you need a rest, you needed a pause. They're saying you either feel out of sorts or out of kilter, or you have felt that way. It's kind of like you've gone around in circles and you don't want to do it anymore, so it's like you taking a break. Comes up like taking a break, Leo. I get there's things going on behind the scenes that you don't know about, and that you're waiting. You're taking your time. You're waiting. You're waiting. It's like I feel like you're waiting for some things to fall into place. Many people have communication comes into play here, and you felt like you've had an uphill battle to climb, and some people have kind of tripped you up along the way, they're saying, and you kind of feel stuck. It's a weird mixture, because I get that you want to take the break and the pause, but I also get that you feel stuck. It's kind of interesting. The card that crosses over you here is a card that it can be difficult. It's not necessarily the most positive card in the deck, but it's Five of Pentacles. And fives can present conflicts, arguments, difficulties. Five is not usually an easy or harmonious number when it comes to numerology or in the card. I'll show you what the card looks like so you can see. The two people in this picture, they're not happy. They look like they're struggling, and there's money involved here in this card. Some people read this as destitute, financially destitute or bankrupt. And it's almost kind of like emotionally bankrupt too, not just physically, because they're beaten down, worn out. I hear you're entering a time of change. Like you don't really like what's been happening for you. You've been feeling like maybe you ought to be recognized more for some things, or gotten more praise or accolades or attention, and you haven't really gotten your due, so to speak. I hear you wanted to make your mark in the world, and it's been complicated because I'm hearing the word backstab. So I feel like you've been backstabbed by people, or you feel like you've been backstabbed. They're talking about, and this happens for so many of us, I've had this happen over and over again in my life. They're saying that you've made some maybe judgment errors or mistakes that you go over and over again until you get it right. But it's like it's always the way, isn't it, Leo? The stuff never looks the same. You think it's not the same thing coming at you again till after you're already immersed in it, and then you get that aha light bulb moment. Or sometimes you don't get it until after the situation is over, that it's been a repeat of something. So it's like, the karmic lesson keeps going around and around in a circle, coming back at you again until you finally break the cycle, so to speak, learn the lesson, change the way you've been handling it or what you want to do with it. I don't mean this in any way insulting or offensively to you. This is what my guides are saying. This card you have that comes up, which grounds the reading, is the Four of Cups. And I read the Four of Cups as somebody that's going inward, analyzing, picking apart, sorting things out, running everything through in your mind, maybe overanalyzing really, and having some, like, doing a lot of deep thinking and soul searching. And you have blessings with you and next to you and in your life, and God's actually bringing you another blessing, or the universe, however you want to look at it. And you're too absorbed, you're too self-absorbed. I don't mean in an egocentric kind of way. I mean absorbed in, like, ruminating over things and pondering, sorting things out, running the past through your mind and everything. So you're not really fully appreciating or being aware of the blessing, or the message or the signs. Perhaps you're getting signs, Leo. This card often represents getting signs from spirit guides and from God and the universe that you're so, I don't want to say tortured, but turned inward because of all the things that have been going on in your life that have caused you to have conflict or unhappiness, that you're missing the signs of what you need to pay attention to and see, that are actually going to be signals to help you get out of the funk, that you might find yourself in here as the Hanged Man. So these are two really interesting cards to go together, the Hanged Man and the Five of Pentacles, because it really does kind of make sense with what they're saying. They're telling me when you don't like something somebody does, you just tell them right to it. That's usually your way. You like to keep control of things, Leo. That's what I'm hearing here. You want things to be in order, but it's almost like you're not in order right now. I'm not saying this is always the case with you, Leo. I'm just getting right now, like, your life isn't fully in order, or you don't feel fully in order. So it's funny because you like things to be in control and order with others and in situations, but right now I'm feeling like you're not really fully in order. I'm hearing it's like you don't want anybody to think anything badly about you. You don't want to do anything that's going to screw up any kind of relationships. It's like, I almost feel like what they're trying to say is you don't really want to do anything to screw up anything out of fear. Like, it's funny that that's the way I'm hearing the answer, the message, but that's what I'm getting. So you're operating from a place of fear right now, not your usual place of strength. In your card layout, you have, this card keeps coming up for many of the signs today, Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands to me symbolizes carrying your burdens. It's also a positive card in the sense that you've been through a lot. You've got to 10, gotten to the number 10, all the trials and tribulations and events and of the other numbers. Now you're at 10. And so it's wisdom, knowledge, information, communication. Wands represent new beginnings, growth, development, communication, and you've gathered all this up, and now you're headed down on your path. The burden's heavy to carry, but you are moving forward on your path. They're saying you feel like at this time, right at this time, you feel like you can't compete with others right now. So it's like you've laid down your sword. That's what they're telling me. So I feel like you're in a, it's weird. Because I'm very surprised this is for you, Leo. I really, really, really am. Because I'm getting like you're being the submissive lion right now. You're being the passive lion. Well, it kind of makes sense. First card that came up, Hanged Man. It makes sense what they're saying to me here. You don't want to rock the boat. I hear a string of people have told you lies, and that you feel abused or betrayed. So now think carefully, Leo. Keep in mind this is a general reading for all the Leos out there. So it's, not the same as getting a one-on-one prediction or reading, but it could be in any scenario. Wherever you felt like you've been lied and betrayed, for some of you Leos, this is going to be relationships. For some of you Leos, this is going to be in your workplace, in your job, and coworkers. In some of you Leos, these lies and betrayals are going to take place around family and family matters. It all depends on what area this, which particular Leo, who each of you are. But lies and betrayals are here, regardless of what the scenario, the background scenario, and that people have told you lies and deceived you and betrayed you. You want to conquer them and banish them. Is that right? Vanquish. Conquer and vanquish them, but not yet. I'm getting not yet. It's not the time. And you, Leo, you are very, very intuitive and psychic. And you know this. It's your animal instinct kicking in. Your Leo intuition is kicking in. And you know that this isn't the right time for you to vanquish your enemies and rise up and fight against them. For some reason, right now is not the time. Again, you're being the passive Leo for now. This is not a permanent condition. How could that possibly be, right, Leo? How? Because you can be that Leo lying in the sun, all calm and feeling the heat of that sun and just relaxing and enjoying that sun. But when you want to jump up and run after your prey and go for it, there's no stopping you. So this is never a permanent condition with you lions out there. So then the next card that comes up, you have some really interesting cards. I would have never thought, if I didn't know that I was focusing on Leo when I was shuffling and calling in my spirit guides, I would have never thought this was a reading for you, because the next card that comes up is also a sort of it's a passive card. It's actually the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords to me is a like resting, recuperation. It's also meditation. It's also a card that can be recovery from an illness. So you have the Four of Swords here, a meditative, withdrawn state. They tell me you're going to come forward and come out of this unscathed, and you're really going to stomp your feet and shake that mane and put your foot down and go for it. But they're saying October. Now, I know this isn't a predictive reading for the year, but my guides say what they want to say when they want to say it. Even though this is a reading for the month of June, they jumped and are predicting that you really come out of your, I don't know if I want to say funk, but you really come out of this passive mode and this like keeping it on the down low mode and this healing kind of phase that you're in October. So don't be disappointed if you feel like this seems like that's a long time away from now. That doesn't mean things aren't going to improve or you feel more lively. All it means is that's when the big push and the big transformation of you coming out of this spell of time, this time period that you're finding yourself in, is October. You have a lot going on inside you that like can't calm down. Wow. I'm hearing like it's almost like you have eating disorders, like you're sleep deprived. I feel like your whole world seems to be affected. And for you Leos that aren't experiencing these issues and you feel like, what's she talking about? My life's rosy or everything's good. I don't know what to tell you, but it's like a theme from almost every card. I've read 5 cards now, and they all go together and make sense to that. The next card you have in the reading, Leo, is Two of Wands. And a very good psychic friend of mine reads Two of Wands as walking away a winner. I read this card as, and it can also be read as a card of partnership in business, or a partnership of some sort. This is also somebody that's got a lot on their mind. They're really focused and thinking ahead towards the future, but they're not fully committing themselves to the plan all the way yet. They've got, like, they're giving a piece of themselves or committing to a piece of it, but it's like it's something more in the future. It's not fully committed to yet. You're entering, I heard this before for other people too, you're entering a new stage of development, spiritual growth and development. They're saying you have a hard time shuffling past or sifting through the BS, Leo. They're telling me you're going to go about your life like in a cheery day, and everything's just going to fall right in your lap. You're going to be presented with the opportunity to make things happen. I actually hear the words like getting a grant. So if you'd applied for any grant money for any reason, to further studies, to raise a home, to improve something, or start a company, or whatever, if you, or maybe even if it's loans, but I hear it as a grant. You're granted something, and I feel this is money. You're going to have to harness your resources and like your energy now, because labor is going to get intensive. I feel like you're going to come into an extremely busy time. You're going to see on or around the 4th of July, things start to perk up and pick up in your life and move forward. That's like the perk up point. They tell me things are going to be like easygoing and smooth sailing, and then bam, something drops in your lap. And you're going to have the full time to take advantage of whatever this is. Most people are going to find money, influence, and family matters improve. So that comes up more before any kind of love relationship thing. So, not saying it's not a love relationship thing, it's just not coming up that way right here when I'm listening. The next cards that are going to come up. Oh, wow. Now you got some good ones. You got 2 of Cups, Queen of Cups, the World, and 8 of Cups. Interesting. Okay, Leo, so 2 of Cups. Wow, that to me is like the best card you can get in the whole deck. That's the card of, you've met your spiritual and romantic partner. It's like fate. Some people call it twin flames or soulmates. However, soulmates are extremely difficult, as are twin flames. Twin flames are not easy either. So don't get too excited and happy when I use those words, but 2 of Cups is one of the best for romance and love. One of the best cards, or is the best card to me, that you can get. You're going to embark on a sexual and emotional relationship that is going to be supercharged. And like I'm hearing, like, feelings about someone are going to be really amped up. You're going to come to conclusions very quickly that this is the one for you. They're telling me you've been beginning to doubt yourself. Almost like you've fallen off some kind of confidence train that you normally would be on. Yeah, and I'm hearing like the thought pattern of, why waste the time and the energy? Meaning like putting yourself out there or hoping to meet the right person, almost like either you've been really disgusted and disappointed and nothing is striking your fancy, and so you've just been ready to give up, or for whatever reason, and that's kind of knocked down your confidence too, but I'm getting this isn't going to be the case now. and you're going to be one with this person, and you're going to make a life with this person. This is like a life partner. So if you're married, let me ask that, because this really comes up like somebody to me that's not attached. It's so powerful for you that if you're in a relationship that you've been dissatisfied with, you may leave them for somebody else. I'm surprised. You may enter into a new stage of development in the sense of having a secret relationship with somebody, an affair. I don't know. I don't like, you know, I'm not wishing that on anybody. I don't like to see anybody get hurt, or if you've had feelings, or if you meet somebody and you have feelings for them, they're going to be brought to the forefront. That's what I'm hearing. So I apologize to the Leos that are in relationships or married. I'm not saying that's going to be the case for all of you, because, you know, this is a general reading. How many Leos are out there? Oh my, we can't even, you know, count them all. But I can definitely tell you that this is a powerful, powerful thing. It's not something you're going to ignore, and it's like something that you're going to make some kind of move or action on. And the next card that follows it is Queen of Cups. I hear a lot of people are like bragging around you, and they're saying you're going to have the bragging rights soon. So I don't know if you find yourself listening to people recently going, they're bragging, or that's, you know, that you hear people that sound like they're bragging. They're saying you're going to be bragging, or you're going to have the right to brag very soon. And I'm hearing the words mastery and showing people how to love. So this Queen of Cups is coming up with mastery of showing people how to love. And she's deeply committed to the relationship. I get if this woman has had on again, off again relationships or boyfriends in the past, or, you know, female, you know, loves in the past, that's going to stop now. She's not going to do that anymore. This is like a partnership forever, for the rest of her time here on this physical plane we find ourselves in, on this wonderful planet Earth. And she hasn't wanted to commit at times in the past for fear of getting hurt, but I get now she wants to make a commitment. There's an overwhelming desire here to be nurtured and loved when I look at this card, that symbolizes the Queen of Cups. And for male Leos, I get male Leos are going to want and need nurturing and support. And I hear talking quite a bit, and sexuality comes up. So, wow. Your cards in the beginning kind of started off like mundane and kind of sedate. And they certainly have amped up. They've taken quite a turn from the beginning. The next card that you have that comes up is the World. The World. This card, you know, can be read different ways. For me, the World is somebody that's in control, like getting a grip on their life, commanding their own destiny, like, you know, using their will to create the life they want. That's how I read the World. You're getting help from the spirit world and unseen forces that are positive, that are around you, that assist you. Its love life is highlighted. I'm getting like your life is going to be on the upswing, where a lot of things are going to be improving, but the main thing that they talk about is your romantic relationships and love life is going to be on the upswing. That's the thing that comes up in this theme of once the Two of Cups came up here, followed by the Queen of Cups, and now the World. It's all about that. Your last card of the reading, Leo, is this has come up a couple times today. I have to say I've seen it a couple times with Some of the other signs, so you're sharing some similar experiences, is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups to me is the sign or symbol of turning away from what's not working in your life anymore, walking away. It's the card of leaving emotional issues and struggles that you've had in the past and breaking free, just, walking away from it. And I hear there's a lot of anger. There's been a lot of anger inside of you and kind of like resentment. And now there's completion with something and like you're done and the thing is I don't feel like you're angry now because I'm not feeling this anger I feel is something that happened before. It's not what's happening now. I feel like you've been worn out and drained of those emotions have worn you out and drained you from the past, and I feel that you're walking away. It's almost like with a sense of peace. I don't see you walking away with a sense of belligerence or annoyance or angry or aggravation. It's like almost matter of fact. I get the feeling like when you walk away here that you have calm and peace and you're resolute about what you're doing and what your next steps you're going to take, and you're very like matter of fact, very calm about it. And I also hear, this is interesting, that I wish I could talk to a handful of Leos to see if they would agree with this. But I'm also getting that if you believe in the law of attraction and manifesting, that it comes up like you do believe it, the ones that do believe it, and that you have come, that and have come to the realization from following the law of attraction that what you think about, you bring about. So you feel like through negative thought patterns and negative things in your life that maybe go back even as far as childhood have affected what kind of luck, I'm using the word luck, but what kind of events have occurred in your life or what you've drawn to you. And I feel like from what my guides are telling me, it's almost like you feel responsible for some of these things that have come at you because of negative thought patterns, which honestly, Leo, is true. I mean, all of us do need to be really aware of that, because thoughts are things, and what we think about, we bring about. And, what was the saying? Energy flows where attention goes. So we all have to really think carefully about what we think about. If we worry, if we've got too many negative thought patterns, the things we're afraid of, we draw to us. And I see through this card that you have come to that realization and awareness. And I feel like that's why I almost feel like your attitude is almost blasé. Not really, but you're at peace and kind of tranquil, and you just walk away because you realize that some of the negativity or things that have come your way, you feel like you've created them through your own thoughts and emotions and feelings and things like that. Well, Leo, I hope that you found this reading to be helpful in some way, and please tune in next month, Leo, for your psychic tarot reading for the month of July. And if you're interested in getting a private one-on-one psychic reading with me, please make sure to visit the website posted below, and you can contact me there and schedule and purchase a psychic reading with me. So I want to say thank you, Leo, many blessings, and